totally forget it. Even when the cup two's hot, I just can't hook. But I've got a nice good road here. New black asphalt. Procharged sent me another one yesterday, so I'm expecting a few more PSI, which is a little scary because I don't really know that I need more power. I mean, it's really probably where I want it to be. The car is just, I mean, the car is fast. I don't even care what kind of power I'm laying down. I mean, I literally have ran other Corvettes, not even just 2 or 3 weeks ago, which are not slow Corvettes, and ran an Audi, ran up against 1800 wheel Viper. I think he was around 1500 wheel, and absolutely hold my own. And just the car, like I said, I mean, and I didn't even have the new fuel system in place at that time, so being choked for fuel, running lean, so I tried not to run it too hard with short shifting. But was really making me proud how good the car was running. So now that I've got the new fuel system in, all the lean condition stuff has been solved. And the car, I mean, even on ethanol, which is pushing 30% more fuel through this thing, with the MagnaFuel 750 secondary system in here that's all dedicated. I mean, 10 AN lines pushing fuel, splitting in the two 8 AN lines for the port and the DI. I mean, that is a huge fuel system. Really overbuilt. I mean, there's no question in support 2,000 horsepower where I'm at now. I decided to overbuild it. But the MagnaFuel 750 is a 2,000 horse rated, and that's a secondary fuel pump that comes online, much less the factory. So, but since I did that, ethanol, all my logs is holding rock solid at 11.8, which is really a little. It was actually not a little, but it's quite rich. You could get that up around 11.9ish, 11.95, and still be safe. And on 93, I'm running at 12.0, 12.1, really rich. I mean, I can see the unburned fuel. I mean, I'm basically shooting flames out the back. I mean, it's so rich. I can see the unburned carbon. So even on 93, it's a tad rich, and I richen that up with the Holley. It's got a closed loop learning system, so I turned it up a little bit just because I want to be safe on the new motor until I get this thing on a dyno with Chris Crawford, and then we're going to dial it in, and I'm hoping, man, this thing will, you know, it'll be around, I want it around 1150 crank. I mean 1150 wheel, 1300 plus crank would be nice, and that's right where I want it. I mean, that's F1A94 port injection. You know, I could turn up the boost and do more, but that's where I want it. That's dangerous already, and street car, track car. Temps stay good now, so I'm really proud of how this car has come together. The job I did pretty much by myself. Entire engine build, install. The Mantic triple disc clutch is amazing. I have never felt a clutch that is just the pedal feel is stock, and it holds, I mean, it holds 1500 wheel torque. I mean, the clutch is like not even remotely going to be a problem in this car. So it's going to be a sad day when I let this car go. I mean, this right here, even to sell this car for in the 90s would be a steal for how much care and the quality of parts I put in this thing. I mean, I just put 20 grand alone in the engine, much less the other 30 plus, 40 plus grand that's been into the build already. So, but it's just done right. I mean, I wanted to do everything absolutely top notch, and it has every part in here, all the way down to every bolt is ARP in the motor, even the intake bolts. I mean, everything, completely everything. So I want to start getting some more videos of the car. I'm going to get the 18 monoblock signature wheels on with the empty streets, where I can start doing a little more digs, maybe second, you know, and then get me some draggy times, which I'm hoping are around the 4-second range. I mean, right now this car is, I mean, it is, if anything, the shift is going to be the problem. I mean, it's not the power, it's going to be the manual transmission, but you know, that I basically can hold the throttle down and still shift, which keeps the throttle blade open, so the Procharger doesn't back up. That's every shift I've been doing. I've been letting off the clutch, letting off the gas. I mean, letting off the gas, engaging the clutch, shifting right, which closes the throttle blade, blow off valve, bypass valve, releases all the pressure. That's bad. That stops the Procharger air, and it has to build up all that air all over again. So I'm losing a lot of time and power there. Fortunately, with these new C7s, you don't have to do that. You can hold your foot right on the throttle, 100%. Do the shift. Rev limiter kicks in for the gear that you're in, the rev match, and then you come into, like, for example, from 3rd to 4th, it'll come right in at the right RPM for 4th gear on that shift with the throttle blade open. So you coming in basically at full boost in 4th gear, which you know, again, I haven't done that because of traction issues. I don't want to kill myself. You know, getting loose at 135, 40, I've done that once, and it's not fun on the street. So, and just one time, and that's it. You know, I'm likely dead or really bad. So I just, again, this car is it's a lot to handle with its manual transmission. It gets loose a lot. Those cup tubes have to be just blazingly hot to even get any kind of traction, and it still brakes. I can't even get anything under 100, 110 hot tire. It doesn't matter. I cannot get it to hook. So ET streets are going to be a big help, and I already got them. I just got to put them on. I've been really lazy, and like I say, I want to get those put on, and then I'll get some more safer videos, I can say. Might even go to the track. But what I'll do now is kind of get you some video of, you know, the configurations that I measure. This is the injector duty cycle of the port injectors. So basically, I'm watching the milliseconds of the injector pulse widths, seeing how long they're open. I'm watching the duty cycle. They're 1000cc port injectors, so they got plenty of room left, but they're getting up there. I'm flowing a lot of fuel and ethanol, so I'm right there at close to maxing out on ethanol. The port injectors, which are eight more 1000cc injectors, got a 32% Vengeance Racing Stage 3 cam, and 32% fuel load increase on the high pressure fuel pump. So that adds more fuel, of course, through the factory injectors, which helps out a little bit. But again, that's the big motor, big stroker motor. Is just it's wanting more fuel. So so really, I'm right at that. I'm still safe. But if I up the boost, I probably need to up the injectors a bit. Now that I've upgraded my fuel system, I dropped my base fuel pressure down a bit. It used to sit around 60 at idle, but I dropped it down 55 now at a base pressure of 65. But I've adjusted all that. It doesn't need to run that much fuel pressure now with the upgraded fuel system that I did. It really runs better with a little less pressure. And I also basically run this as my default dashboard. So I measure map, you know, of course, it's in vacuum right now. I am roughly 130 map. I think it's around 21. I don't know where that's at, but it's up there. I'm going so fast, I can't really pay much attention to this. I have to go to the logs and look at all that. But my coolant temperature, 189, 190, that's right on. My manifold air temperature, 148, you can tell that's up now. That's from all those hard runs I just did. It usually sits around 115, which isn't too bad. So my first couple pulls is usually okay. If any kind of upgrade I would do in this car, it would be air to water intercooler. That would shorten the piping, which is huge. And then I could also run, you know, an alcohol through it, or I could run, you know, some ice water through it. So the cooling of that would make a lot more power. I mean, I could definitely get this car up around 1250 wheel all day, 1300 wheel with the right chilling system in that intercooler. No question about it. But again, I mean, it's not about power. I don't really give a shit about power. I know the car is making well over 1,000 for sure, and it should. I mean, for the size motor, 416 stroker, fully built, billet rods, CP Crillo pistons. I mean, all the best stuff. I mean, F1A94, 22 pounds of boost, and when I get that bell housing on, it's going to be even more. So, again, give you a little clip of the chop. Got a GoPro up there, so I'll have some footage from that as well. Here's upgraded fuel system I did. All dirty. That's the joy of living on a dirt road. The car is completely filthy, but I'm gonna be dumping all of this doing a bell house. So I'm going to redo all that. I'm going to fabricate a cold air piping system out of aluminum piping, so that way I can get some cool air to it. But I'm going to work out where it doesn't actually push dirt right into it. So I got to work all that out. But that's the fun part, fabricating all that good stuff. See all the new four-point regulator. 10 a.m. coming in, combine the factory and the secondary. That's our electrical bypass. Anyway, you've seen all this before. That's my signature SV307s. Thanks to Noah. But they are filthy, and the car is filthy as hell. Problem that catches that dirt in there causes balance issues. But again, I mean, living on the farm, you know, barn horses, chickens, you get used to all that stuff. Anyway, appreciate everybody subscribing, watching videos. I'm gonna try and get more content up now. I'm sorry I haven't put content up in a while, but I've tied up with kids and jobs and all that kind of good stuff. So, but I promise I'll have more video. I'm going to Daytona International Speedway in November. That's going to be some awesome track footage I'm going to have there. I'm going to be for sure smoking some McLarens and Porsches and even some Super Legras that I've seen out there. Yeah, I'm going to surprise some people for sure. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.